Okay, good morning, Commissioners. Okay, good morning, Commissioners. Looks like we have some technical. Looks like we have some techniques.
It sounds like there's some feedback going on.
Okay, item 3, roll call. Item 3, roll.
Commissioner Bill De La Pena. Commissioner Bill De La Pena.
Present via Zoom.
Commissioner Freeman. 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 Commissioner Freeman.
I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
What's going on?
We are.
We've got some audio problems. 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 We've got some audio problems.
Okay, we're going to try again.
Commissioner Parks is
Commissioner
here.
Parks? Commissioner Parvin.
Here.
Commissioner Rooney.
Here.
Alternate Commissioner Levere.
I'm here.
Alternate Commissioner Ross.
Present.
Alternate Commissioner Zaragoza.
Here. Okay, moving on to item 4, selection of a chair pro tem for the November 16th meeting. As you know, the commission is currently without a chair, and Vice Chair Richards was not able to attend. So today, we have no chair or vice chair, and in such a circumstance, the commission is to select a chair to chair for this meeting. Our recommendation is that because pursuant to county policies, the county should be chairing the commission this year. The recommendation is that the commission appoint one of the county members to serve as chair.
And this is just for this one meeting?
It's for the meeting, and it will likely be, if there is an issue for the remainder of the year that needs input from a chair, we'll look to the chair today. And it's just until January.
This is Matt Levere. I would move Linda Parks as the chair pro tem.
I will second.
Commissioner Bill De La Pena,
Yes.
Commissioner Freeman,
Yes.
Commissioner Parks,
Yes.
Commissioner Parvin,
Yes.
Commissioner Rooney,
Yes.
Commissioner Levere,
Yes.
Commissioner Ross.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. It sounds, yes.
Yes.
Then with that, let's go ahead and go to our agenda review. And this is any changes in the agenda, and I would like to recommend that we go, which we would normally do, right to 6A. But from 6A, I'd ask that we go to closed session because we have some commissioners that may have to leave and we may lose our quorum. So after 6A, I recommend we go to closed session and then we can come back for the rest of the agenda. That would be my motion.
I will second that.
I'll second it.
Can we have the roll call, please?
Commissioner Bill De La Pena,
Yes.
Commissioner Freeman,
Yes.
Commissioner Parks,
Yes.
Commissioner Levere,
Yes.
Commissioner Rooney,
Yes.
Commissioner Ross.
Yes.
And Commissioner Parvin, yes.
Thank you. And then I'm going to come down to the podium to present this resolution certificate of appreciation. And I know this is for Carmen Ramirez, and we have her love of her life, her partner for life, Roy Prince. So I'm going to come down and present this to him and read it there. This is a resolution of the Ventura LAFCO to honor Carmen Ramirez. Whereas Carmen Ramirez honorably served as a LAFCO commissioner from March 2015 to August 2022, representing the city of Oxnard and the county of Ventura at different times during her tenure. And whereas Commissioner Ramirez dedicated much of her life to improving the lives of others through her service to countless boards and commissions, community organizations, and advocacy groups, using her vast set of skills and experience to support her endeavors. And whereas Carmen Ramirez effectively worked to further the mission of LAFCO to discourage urban sprawl, preserve open space and prime ag land, and encourage the efficient provision of government services, and encourage the orderly formation and development of local agencies, as well as to advocate for good government in general. And whereas Commissioner Ramirez promoted jurisdictional boundary change proposals that would improve quality of life within Ventura County and expand access to public services with a passion for supporting proposals that would result in new housing opportunities for low-income community members. And whereas Commissioner Ramirez employed a collaborative approach to problem solving and implementing programs within her community and the county as a whole, whereas Commissioner Ramirez consistently invited the public's participation in shaping its government, actively listened to interested community members, and listened to her colleagues, her staff, respected all viewpoints, balanced competing interests, and led with her heart. Therefore, be it resolved that LAFCO thanks Commissioner Ramirez for her dedicated and honorable service and expresses its sorrow upon her passing and offers its condolences to her family, friends, and colleagues, presented this 16th day of November 2022. And I cannot think of anyone else I've had the honor of serving who has been as incredible as Carmen, and as a mentor, and as a friend. And I can only imagine what you're going through, but just love to take this opportunity and every opportunity I can to recognize her wonderful work. So thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Would you like to make a comment too?
Sure,
Okay.
sure. Thank you, Linda. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I know that that Carmen really enjoyed working with you.
We enjoyed each other
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah. And so I want to thank LAFCO. I want to thank the board and staff. I know Carmen always made an attempt to reach out to staff and support staff, as well as do the work that we all know how amazing she was and what she did. So a lot of gratitude from myself and Carmen's sisters in spirit and the Ramirez family for this recognition and this honor. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We need her today. We need her every day.
And the recommendation is is for the commission to direct the chair to sign the resolution.
So moved.
Madam,
Seconded.
Yes, no, I did not. I think we're okay. Oh, we have flowers. Do you want to do that?
Thank you so much. I will put these just outside where Carmen's picture is for her and for all of us. Thank you so much.
Madam Chair, can we share a couple of words?
Yes, go ahead.
Roy,
Supervisor
Roy,
Zergos.
before you leave, John Zergos, the mayor of the city of Oxnard, I just want to give my sincere condolences to you and to your family, and to share with you that it was a great opportunity to work with Supervisor Ramirez for many, many years, not only as a supervisor myself, but also her as a mayor pro tem for the city of Oxnard. And again, you know, I know that she did a lot of good work for LAFCO and supported LAFCO. She was a true environmentalist and always helping the underserved community. And even though we talked about LAFCO this morning, she was the type of person that really helped for women's rights, for the environment, and also to help individuals with legal rights in Oxnard for many, many years. So I just want to give you my sincere condolences, and that also that we had a good relationship. You know, when I got elected to the city of Oxnard, she got elected to the Board of Supervisors. So we continue to work with each other, helping the community, both for the county of Ventura and also for the city of Oxnard. So again, I thank you again, and you and your family. So my sincere condolences on behalf of the city of Oxnard, on behalf of all the city council and all that helped and served with her. Thank you so much for my sincere condolences to you and your family. Thank you.
Thank you. And I heard there was a motion, but do we need a motion on this?
The direction, I think, is for you to sign it, so, which happened. Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. So we did have a motion and a second. Do we need to do a vote? Is that a no? No. Okay. Then thank you. I love the fact that the roses will be under her photo. It's where they should always be. And with that, we're going to go into closed session, and we'll be back for the remainder of the agenda. Yes, Mr. Barnes?
Sorry to interrupt, Chair Parks, and I apologize for not bringing this up during agenda review, but I believe item 25 is tied to the closed session. That's having to do with whether alternates can participate in the closed session. And so you should take that up
Okay.
before.
Okay, so then let's go ahead to item 25, and this would be whether someone would like to make a motion on whether alternate commissioners can attend the closed session. Do we have a motion?
I move that alternate commissioners attend the closed session.
Thank you. And a second?
Point of order?
Are alternates allowed to make motions?
In closed session?
No.
Currently.
Is Claudia alternate or a full member?
She's a full member.
I'm a full member. I'm not an alternate.
So John and Janice are, who's the alternate?
I'm the alternate. I'm the alternate.
I'm alternate. Me too.
Zergo-
John's the alternate. Oh, okay, sorry.
David also.
Do we have a
Okay,
second?
thank you.
I didn't catch the seconder, I'm sorry.
That's what I'm asking. Is there a second to the motion to allow alternates in the closed session?
I'll make a second.
We have a motion and a
Director Park.
second.
Elaine Freeman.
Could we have the roll call?
Commissioner Bill de la Pena,
Yes?
Commissioner Freeman,
Yes.
Commissioner Parvin,
Yes.
Commissioner Rooney,
Yes.
Commissioner Levere.
May I ask
Yes.
Rochelle, can you give me the code because we go into a different Zoom? Is that right?
That's right, I'll send that as soon as I finish this roll call.
Okay, thank you.
Alternate Commissioner Ross
Yes.
and Chair Parks.
Yes. Did we get you? All right, and then we will now go to closed session, including the alternates, and we'll be back after that session to complete the rest of the agenda.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I'd like to share with you that I'm going to have to leave by 10:30.
Okay, so we have just about 12 minutes with Supervisor.
Well, that's,
Mayor
that's,
Zaragoza.
that's not correct. It's
Oh, is that
it's
clock
9:20.
wrong?
That's
Oh,
not
good.
correct.
Oh, that makes me feel so much better. The clock's off. All right.
Got 1 hour and 10 minutes. Thank
That's
you.
good to know. Thank you.
Mary Ann, I see we just got an email for the closed session. It's a separate.
Commissioner Rooney, it's a separate login for the Zoom session, so you'll need to log out of this meeting and log into the Zoom session.
Rochelle? Rochelle? Rochelle, do they know how to add them in there? I'm sorry? Do they know how to add them in there?
I'll do it. Hold on. Commissioner Rooney, can you hear me?
You have to press the on-air broadcasting.
I'm on.
It is on, okay.
So there's two people in the waiting room?
Yes, would you like me to?
Yeah, thanks. They're like,
Commissioner Rooney, can you hear me? I'm not able to hear you, but you'll need to log out of this meeting and log into the separate Zoom invitation that was sent just moments ago.
Okay.
Okay, we have a quorum.
Here we are, back in our open session after our closed session, and there's no announcements from our closed session, guaranteed. And now we will go to the next part of our agenda, which would be going on to item 6B, presentation to Linda Parks acknowledging service to LAFCO as a county member. And I have a plaque. And here it is. Thank you. Thank you, LAFCO staff, for the presentation. 2003 to 2022, that's almost a record. I'm sure John Flynn probably, or someone else. Okay, and then item 6C is a recognition of Janice Parvin, acknowledging her service as a city member. (2005 to 2022). Congratulations.
Thank you. I really appreciate the plaque.
Of course.
I really wasn't expecting that. I love the work that we do, and I'm hopeful that I'll be back.
And next, we have one for our special district member, Elaine Freeman. Get a good picture of this. See, Elaine? That's for you. And that says from 2010 to 2022. And I know you have really dedicated a lot of your time on this, and appreciate the work that you've done and your expertise that you lend. And then also Claudia Bill de la Peña. This one's for you. And it's 2017 to 2022. And appreciate your service as a city member, and always the reasonable voice in the crowd. Thank you. And with that, unless anyone has any comments, we can continue. And then we'll go now to our introduction. We have the honor of having Jeffrey Barnes as our legal counsel. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Chair Parks. Just very briefly, I look forward to working with your commission. I've been with the county and county council's office since 2007. I've been working a lot with the county's resource management agency, so I'm familiar with the county's land use rules, and yeah, now I'm involved in my office's management, so I'm aware of everything that's going on at the county and some of what's going on in the cities. But in any case, thank you so much, Chair Parks, and again, I look forward to speaking with you all, so feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or need legal advice.
Thank you, and very knowledgeable, and also in CEQA too, as I recall. And a great help for the Board of Supervisors and the county, and great on LAFCO. So now let's go to our public comments. This is item 7, and do we have any comments from members of the public?
We have nobody here wishing to speak for public comment.
Okay, thank you. And then we have our consent calendar, consent items 9 through 16. And I'm wondering if anyone wants one of those polled. Otherwise, we can vote for them in one motion.
Move approval of the consent calendar.
Thank
Second
you.
that motion.
We have a motion from Commissioner Bill de la Peña, seconded by Commissioner Ross. Could we have the roll call on that?
Commissioner Bill de la Peña,
Yes?
Commissioner Freeman,
Yes.
Commissioner Parvin,
Yes.
Commissioner Rooney,
Yes.
Commissioner Ross,
Yes.
Chair Parks.
Yes, thank you. And now we'll go to our public hearing items. And the first item is item 17. It's a municipal service review or updates for the several Ventura County special districts. And Andrea Osdi will be doing the presentation.
Good morning. This is Andrea Osdi. Yes, this is agenda item number 17, which is the municipal service reviews for Casitas Municipal Water District, Miners Oaks Water District, and Ventura River Water District. Every 5 years, LAFCO is required to review a sphere of influence, which is the probable physical boundary and service area of a local agency for each city and special district. In order to update an agency's sphere, LAFCO is required to conduct a municipal service review of that agency. A municipal service review, or MSR, is a document prepared by LAFCO that covers specific topics related to the function of a local agency. An MSR contains a discussion of growth and population projections, location and characteristics of any disadvantaged unincorporated communities, present and planned capacity of public facilities and adequacy of public services, financial ability of agencies to provide services, status of and opportunities for shared facilities, accountability for community service needs, and any other matter related to effective and efficient service delivery. For each of the 3 districts covered today, the presentation will include a map, followed by the district's profile and service highlights. Detailed discussion of each of these is included in the MSRs. We'll start with the Casitas Municipal Water District. The district service area includes the city of Ojai, the unincorporated areas of Miners Oaks, Oakview, and Casitas Springs, and the western portion of the city of Ventura. The map of the South County on the left shows the cities shown in tan, and also you can see the arrow pointing to the district service area in blue. The map on the right shows the district's jurisdictional area in yellow, as well as the sphere of influence outlined in red. The district's boundaries extend out into the Pacific Ocean, 3 miles out to the state line. The district was formed in 1952. It is an independent district that is governed by a 5-member board of directors. The district provides wholesale water service and retail water service, recreational services, and wastewater collection and conveyance services. It also provides water treatment, agricultural water, and water conservation services. And additionally, it is authorized to provide recycled, reclaimed water, groundwater management, and water replenishment services throughout its distribution system and service area. Its population is nearly 64,000, and its jurisdictional area is 136 square miles. The district provides recreational services within the Lake Casitas recreation area that is within and surrounding Lake Casitas. Services include day and overnight camping, water activities such as boating, kayaking, canoeing, and fishing, as well as hiking, biking, bird watching, frisbee golf, play areas, the Lake Casitas Water Adventure Outdoor Water Park, the Marina Cafe and Park Store, as well as storage of RVs, trailers, and boats. The district also provides wastewater collection and conveyance services within the Lake Casitas recreation area. It has 14 restrooms and 104 portable toilets. Wastewater is transported to the Ojai Valley Sanitary District's wastewater treatment facility for disposal. And the recreation area is not within the sanitary district's jurisdictional area. However, there's an arrangement with OVSD, Ojai Sanitary District, for disposal service that predates the requirement for LAFCO approval. The district was formed to establish reliable sources of water, primarily through the construction of the Casitas Dam in 1959, which created Lake Casitas and the Robles Diversion, which routes water from the Ventura River to the lake. It provides both wholesale and retail water service. Water sources include surface water coming from direct rainfall into Lake Casitas, as well as water coming from the Ventura River, which is routed through the Robles Diversion to Lake Casitas. Additionally, it has 7 wells, including 1 well within the Upper Ventura River groundwater basin, known as the Miramonte well, and 6 wells within the Ojai groundwater basin, which were acquired by Casitas when the district acquired the Ojai water system from the Golden State Water Company in 2017, and that serves most of the city, or parts of the city of Ojai. The majority of the district's water, about 83%, comes from surface water that was harvested from Lake Casitas, with a small amount coming from groundwater from the Miramonte well. The Ojai system makes up the balance, with most of the water sourced from the 6 groundwater wells, supplemented as needed from the Casitas system. The district operates the Casitas Dam, Lake Casitas, and the Robles Diversion and Fish Passage Facility, a canal that diverts water from the Ventura River to the lake. Water demand levels fluctuate based on precipitation levels and drought conditions. The district has a contractual share of 5,000 acre-feet per year of water from the State Water Project, but to date has not had the infrastructure in place to take delivery of its state water entitlement. However, the State Water Project Interconnection Pipeline Project, spearheaded by the City of Ventura, is currently in its design phase, and this project would allow State Water Project water to reach western Ventura County through a new 7-mile pipeline, in addition to wheeling water through existing infrastructure that serves the East County area. According to the district's 2020 Urban Water Management Plan and implementation of Stage 3 drought conservation measures, supply is expected to exceed demand for the foreseeable future. The district currently relies solely on local water supplies and is pursuing additional water supply projects to expand its water portfolio. Projects being pursued include the State Water Interconnection projects that would allow imported water to reach the district through the City of Ventura to the east and Carpinteria Valley Water District to the west. The district is also currently working to upgrade its system through pipeline improvements, primarily within Ojai Avenue, and otherwise conduct maintenance, repair, and rehabilitation activities, and is working to update its 50-year-old water master plan. As mentioned, the district is currently in Stage 3 drought and has implemented conservation measures requiring a 30% reduction in demand and additional water use limitations. The district's customers have been cooperative and have achieved the demand goals. In 1972, 2001, and 2004, LAFCO studies encouraged efforts to evaluate consolidation options regarding the Casitas Municipal Water District, the Miners Oaks Water District, and the Ventura River Water District, given the overlapping and adjacent service areas of these water purveyors. And no progress appears to have been made in exploring these options, although the circumstances remain the same. Staff recommends that LAFCO continue to encourage the 3 districts to pursue consolidation, as has been recommended in the past, and also recommends that LAFCO revisit this issue within 5 years to determine the district's readiness for consolidation and initiate that process if it's deemed appropriate at that time. Next, we'll move on to the Miners Oaks Water District. The service area includes the unincorporated community of Miners Oaks, immediately west of the city of Ojai. These maps show the district's service area, including a map with the district in pink, as well as the official map of the district showing the service area in yellow and the sphere outlined in red. The district was formed in 1949. It is an independent district, and it is governed by a 5-member board of directors. It provides potable water to about 4,200 people within a jurisdictional area just over 2 square miles. The district's service area is within the Casitas Municipal Water District's service area. Water sources include groundwater, consisting of 4 wells within the Upper Ventura River groundwater basin, consisting of about 3/4 of the district's supply, as well as surface water from the Casitas Municipal Water District, which is about 1/4 of the supply. Historical water demand has hovered around 650 acre-feet per year in recent years and is anticipated to be about 620 acre-feet per year in the foreseeable future. Due to its size, the district is not required to prepare an urban water management plan, but limited information about the district is present in the Casitas Municipal Water District's Urban Water Management Plan. The district should consider posting a link on its website to include the Casitas Municipal Water District's Urban Water Management Plan and provide historical and current usage and supply figures on its website, as well as formalizing its water use projections and making that information available on its website. The water conservation measures and efforts by the district are aligned with those of Casitas. It is currently implementing Stage 3 drought measures, including a 30% reduction in water demand, watering restrictions to 1 time per week, and a prohibition against use of potable water for dust control.
I think we lost your mic.
Can you hear me? Okay, thanks. Capital improvement projects that are currently underway include a replacement of the treatment plant, as well as development of an additional groundwater well. There's no existing master plan, but the district is working toward completion of a master plan currently. This slide covers the same information as was shared for Casitas, and staff recommends that opportunities to consolidate the 3 districts continue to be explored and to be reevaluated by LAFCO in 5 years. Finally, we have Ventura River Water District. The service area includes the unincorporated communities of Casitas Springs, Northern Oakview, and a portion of the city of Ojai near the city's western city limits. The 2 maps show the district's service area, including the vicinity map with the district in green, as well as the official map with the district in yellow and the sphere outlined in red. The district was formed in 1956. It is an independent district. It is governed by a 5-member board of directors and provides potable water to a population of about 6,100 within a jurisdictional area of about 3.29 square miles. The district is within the Casitas Municipal Water District service area, and water sources include 6 wells within the Upper Ventura River groundwater basin for about 81% of total supply, and surface water from the Casitas Municipal Water District for about 19%. Historical water demand has shown a general downward trend and is anticipated to be between 700 to 1,000 acre feet for the foreseeable future. This district, too, is not required to prepare an urban water management plan. However, there is some limited information in the Casitas Urban Water Management Plan, and the district should consider posting anticipated water supply and demand figures on its website, but the district was also very proactive in working with LAFCO staff on this MSR and expanded by quite a bit the information that was available on its website as part of the MSR process. The district has implemented several strategies to encourage water conservation, including tiered water rates, conservation workshops and outreach, and adoption of rules related to non-essential use of potable water. It is pursuing several capital improvement projects to ensure continued reliable provision of water service to its customers and an update to its 2010 Water Master Plan. Again, staff is recommending that consolidation of the 3 districts, Casitas, Miners Oaks, and Ventura River Water District, be explored by the 3 districts and be evaluated again by LAFCO in 5 years. Staff recommends that the commission find that the recommended actions are exempt from CEQA because it can be seen with certainty that there's no possibility that the activity in question may have a significant effect on the environment. Notice was not required, but it was provided in order to encourage public participation. A hearing notice was provided in the Ventura County Star, on the LAFCO website, and outside the County Government Center. The final drafts of the MSRs were posted on the LAFCO website as part of the agenda packet, and no comments have been received. The commission, or staff recommends that the commission accept the MSRs for the Casitas Municipal Water District, Miners Oaks Water District, and Ventura River Water District, and adopt the resolutions that are attached to the staff report. And that concludes my presentation, and we also have staff from the Ventura River Water District present in case there are any questions of Bert Rapp.
Thank you for the presentation. Do any of the commissioners have any questions or comments on this item? It is a public hearing, so I'll go ahead and close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
I'll move approval as staff recommendation.
And I'll second that.
We have a motion from Commissioner Freeman, a second from Commissioner Parvin. Could we please have the roll call?
Commissioner Bill De La Pena,
That was Bill de la Pena.
Commissioner Freeman,
Yes.
Commissioner Parvin,
Yes.
Commissioner Rooney,
Yes.
Commissioner Ross,
Yes.
Chair Parks.
Yes. Was I in error? Was it Commissioner Bill De La Pena that was the second?
Yes.
I made it via Zoom. I don't know if perhaps Commissioner Parvin said it in the chamber, so I didn't hear her.
Okay, we'll give that one to you, okay? And let's go then to our next item, public hearing on item 18, and this is LAFCO 2222S, Casitas Municipal Water District Sphere of Influence Review, and back to Andrea. Ms. Osdi.
This is the sphere of influence review for the Casitas Municipal Water District. This is a summary of the LAFCO requirement to determine a sphere of influence for each city and special district every 5 years, and that a municipal service review be conducted before a sphere is updated. LAFCO's determinations regarding an agency's sphere of influence include the present and planned land uses in the area, present and probable need for public facilities and services, present capacity of public facilities and adequacy of public services, the existence of any social or economic communities of interest, and for an update of a sphere of influence of a city or special district that provides public facilities or services related to sewers, municipal and industrial water, or structural fire protection, the present and probable need for those public facilities and services of any disadvantaged unincorporated communities within the existing sphere of influence. The Casitas Municipal Water District service area includes the city of Ojai, the unincorporated areas of Miners Oaks, Oakview, and Casitas Springs, and the western portion of the city of Ventura. Based on the analysis contained in the MSR, the district sphere of influence reflects the current and probable service area of the district, and therefore no change in the district sphere is recommended. The recommended actions are exempt from CEQA because a review of the district sphere involving no changes and having no impact on district services would have no impact on the environment. Notice was provided as required by LAFCO law, and no comments have been received. Staff recommends that the commission determine that the sphere of influence review for the district is exempt from CEQA and that it make determinations and review the sphere pursuant to LAFCO law, making no changes to the sphere. That concludes the presentation.
Thank you.
I move approval.
I'll go ahead and close the public hearing if there are no comments. We have a motion from Commissioner Rooney.
I'll second the motion.
A second from Commissioner Bill De La Pena. Could we please have the roll call?
Commissioner Bill De La Pena,
Yes.
Commissioner Freeman,
Yes.
Commissioner Parvin,
Yes.
Commissioner Rooney,
Yes.
Commissioner Ross,
Yes.
Chair Parks.
Yes, thank you. So then we'll go to our third public hearing. This is in regards to the Minor Oaks Water District, so I'll open that hearing. And the sphere of influence review and update, Ms. Osdi.
This is the sphere of influence review and update for the Miners Oaks Water District. Again, this is the summary of the LAFCO requirement to determine a sphere for each city and special district every 5 years, and that a municipal service review be conducted before a sphere be updated. Here again are LAFCO's determinations regarding an agency's sphere of influence. The Miners Oaks Water District service area includes the unincorporated community of Miners Oaks, immediately west of the city of Ojai. Based on the analysis contained in the MSR, there are some adjustments to the district sphere that are appropriate so that the sphere will reflect the current and probable service area of the district. and therefore several changes are being recommended by LAFCO staff. This map shows the recommended sphere update area with the areas in red that are recommended for removal from the sphere, and the areas in blue recommended for inclusion in the sphere, except for one open space parcel at the north end of the district that is not being served by the district. All other identified changes involve a cleanup of the sphere of influence within local roadways. The recommended changes in the roadway portions of the sphere would align the sphere with the center line of the roadway and eliminate overlap with the sphere of the Ventura River Water District, which provides services adjacent to the Miners Oaks Water District. The recommended actions are exempt from CEQA because an update to the district sphere involving no changes in the jurisdictional area of the district and having no impact on district services would have no impact on the environment. Notice was provided as required by LAFCO law, and no comments have been received. Staff recommends that the commission determine that the sphere of influence update for the district is exempt from CEQA and that it make determinations related to the update of the sphere of influence for the district. And that concludes the presentation.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from the LAFCO commissioners? Not hearing any, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
Move approval of staff recommendation.
I'll second.
Motion from Commissioner Bill De La Peña, second from Commissioner Parvin. Could we please have the roll call?
Commissioner Bill De La Peña,
Yes.
Commissioner Freeman,
Yes.
Commissioner Parvin,
Yes.
Commissioner Rooney,
Yes.
Commissioner Ross,
Yes.
Chair Parks.
Yes, thank you. And now our last public hearing, this one, item 20, is the Ventura River Water District, Sphere of Influence Review and Update. Ms. Osdi.
This is the sphere of influence review and update for the Ventura River Water District. Again, the summary slides, I won't go over these unless you would like me to. The Ventura River Water District service area includes the unincorporated communities of Casitas Springs, Northern Oakview, and a portion of the city of Ojai near the city's western city limits. Based on the analysis contained in the MSR, adjustments to the district sphere are appropriate, so the sphere will reflect the current and probable service area of the district, and so several changes are being recommended by staff. This map shows the recommended sphere update area with the areas in red recommended for removal from the sphere of areas that are not anticipated to need service from the district. And those are identified as areas 1 through 4. The recommended removal of the roadway portions of the sphere would align the sphere with the center line of the roadway and eliminate overlap with the sphere of the Miners Oaks Water District, which provides services adjacent to the Ventura River Water District, and remove areas that are not planned to require service from the district. The recommended actions are exempt from CEQA because an update of the district sphere involving no changes to the district's jurisdictional area and having no impact on district services would have no impact to the environment. Notice was provided as required by LAFCO law, and no comments have been received by LAFCO staff. Staff recommends that the commission determine that the sphere of influence update for the district is exempt from CEQA and that it make determinations related to the update of the sphere of influence for the district. And that concludes my presentation. And again, we have Bert Rapp from the Ventura River Water District if there are questions for him.
Thank you. Do we have any comments or questions from staff, from the commission? Not seeing any. I'll go ahead and close the public hearing, entertain a motion.
So moved.
And do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. We have a motion from Commissioner Freeman, second by Commissioner Bill De La Peña. Could we please have the roll call?
Commissioner Bill.
It was Commissioner Rooney.
It was Rooney, yes.
It's interesting because when you talk, There's a time lapse, so I can't tell who actually is speaking. But Commissioner Rooney and a second from Commissioner De La Peña.
Commissioner Bill De La Peña?
No, the second was from Commissioner Rooney.
Yes.
I don't know who made the initial
Was it Freeman?
motion.
Okay, Freeman and Rooney. Thank you.
Who's Freeman?
Yes, it's Freeman and Rooney. Got it. And now,
But I say
yes.
with a roll call, yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Freeman?
Yes.
Commissioner Parvin?
Yes.
Commissioner Rooney?
Yes.
Commissioner Ross?
Yes.
Chair Parks?
Yes, thank you. Let's go to our action items. Item 21. This is initiating a sphere of influence review updates for the 2023-2027 work plan. And we'll go ahead and turn that over to our staff. Ms. Osdy?
Thank you. Yes, this is the schedule for initiating the sphere of influence reviews and updates for the period of 2023 through 2027, the work plan. Every 5 years, the Commission establishes a schedule for initiation of sphere of influence reviews and updates for the upcoming 5-year period. Staff is working toward completion of the sphere reviews and updates that were initiated during the current 5-year period. And during this time, LAFCO has performed 28 MSRs for local agencies within Ventura County, including those that were accepted by the Commission today, and has conducted sphere of influence reviews and updates for each of these agencies. The recommended work plan reflects a continuation of LAFCO's work to date, with the schedule adjusted to keep with the actual completion dates of prior reviews and updates and to balance the workload of staff. In addition, it excludes districts that have been dissolved since adoption of the last work plan and includes the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California, which was not previously on the Commission's work plan. Staff recommends that the Commission approve the schedule for initiating sphere of influence reviews and updates for 2023 through 2027. And that concludes the presentation.
Thank you. And I just would note that for the many years LAFCO's been around, this is the first time that we've initiated the MWD sphere, and I think that is pretty telling because it was kind of unknown or not, we didn't go there, but it is something that is definitely within our jurisdiction, as I understand, and so just kind of kudos for staff for stepping in and doing what LAFCO is supposed to be doing there.
Thank you.
So with that, this is
Commissioner Ross, I do have a quick question on the cemetery district based on the letter from Teresa Jordan. She had pointed out a couple of those cemetery districts being delayed, and it shows on what we've already done. We have reviewed those, and let's see, Bardstown 2017, and then I think it was Simi in 2017 also. Kai, could you help me understand why we're delaying those off into 2027?
We're not actually. We're considering the initiation of those reviews to begin in 2022. They'll be completed in early 2023. So we're using 2022 as the baseline.
Oh, perfect.
Any other questions?
So it doesn't reflect that on the schedule that you have?
The schedule's starting next year. The schedule's starting in 2023, the one up for approval. We've initiated the review of the cemetery districts this year. So it doesn't carry over into 2023 to start that schedule.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the schedule?
So moved. Freeman?
Second,
Yes.
Parvin.
I'll second that, Russ. Or
We already have a second here, so we'll go ahead and have the maker of the motion, Commissioner Freeman, second from Commissioner Parvin, and sorry for the time delay. We'll go ahead and have the roll call.
Commissioner Bill De La Peña?
Yes.
Commissioner Freeman?
Yes.
Commissioner Parvin?
Yes.
Commissioner Rooney?
Yes.
Commissioner Ross?
yes.
Chair Parks?
Yes. And now, on to action item 22. This is the Ojai Valley Sanitary District Annexation, LAFCO 22-21A. And I'll go ahead and turn this over to our staff for a presentation, Ms. Osdi.
This is LAFCO 2221A and 2221B, involving 7 parcels to be annexed to the Ojai Valley Sanitary District. The proposal involves the bundling of several parcels known as parcels A through G for annexation to the Ojai Valley Sanitary District to accommodate sewer service to these parcels. The proposal is not subject to a public hearing and would ordinarily have been on the Commission's consent calendar. However, the item is coming to you on the regular agenda so that we can explain the circumstances surrounding the recommendation concerning one of the parcels known as Parcel C, which involves a violation issue that LAFCO has not been previously faced with. We've separated the proposal into 2 to isolate Parcel C and are recommending approval of all parcels A through G. And unless the Commission wishes to discuss any of the parcels, I'll move quickly through each of these slides involving development residential parcels needing sewer service to replace failing septic systems, and we'll just focus on Parcel C. Parcel A is at 2144 East Ojai Avenue. Parcel B is at 1391 Nova Lane. Parcel D is at 1289 Miners Road. Parcel E is at 814 Koyama Road. Parcel F is at 8195 North Ventura Avenue. And parcel G is at 8220 Edison Drive. Parcel C, which is located at 11848 North Ventura Avenue, was presented to LAFCO as being vacant. However, it was discovered during review of the proposal that the parcel was in fact being used to accommodate unpermitted development and uses in the form of a variety of structures, including buildings, shade structures, solar panels, vehicles, and the operation of a service and storage yard for a commercial business. The parcel is designated and zoned for for residential development. It would not be able to be legitimately developed with a commercial service and storage yard without approval of discretionary development permits by the county. And therefore, the proposal is inconsistent with LAFCO policies requiring consistency with general plans and approval of all necessary discretionary entitlements. The recommended condition for the Parcel C is on the screen, and this is the only condition that is different from the other parcels involved in this annexation request. And the condition states, "This annexation shall not be recorded until such time as confirmed zoning violations on the subject property, documented in violation number CV 22456, have been abated to the satisfaction of the Code Compliance Division of the Ventura County Resource Management Agency." An application of this condition was the preferred method for handling the situation, as it allowed staff to recommend approval of the annexation. It requires resolution of the inconsistency with LAFCO policies and prevents delays related to the abatement of the violations from impacting the timing for annexation of the remaining parcels to the OVSD. And therefore, LAFCO staff recommends that the Commission determine that the action to approve the request is exempt from CEQA and that it adopt resolutions LAFCO 2221A and 2221B, making determinations and approving the Ojai Valley Sanitary District annexation for parcels A through G. And that concludes the presentation.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Do you know how to pronounce Koyama?
Did I say it incorrectly?
I understand it's.
I had one question for staff.
Yes, go ahead.
On A through B. Just, it seems like there's been an increase or an uptick in failing septic systems in the Ojai Valley. Is that accurate? Has there been any commentary on that, or is this just par for the course?
There are certain areas that are more prone to being problematic, and that's why you tend to see some of the same areas being covered each time we come to the commission. And so they just tend to be bit by bit, the Ojai Valley Sanitary District, they just collect several at once, or historically, that's how they've done it. They've come to us with several, and from now on, they're just going to be doing them one by one. So you may be seeing more proposals coming to the commission. But it is a problem in the Ojai Valley with failing septic
And the
systems.
district is providing feedback that they're comfortable with this going forward, this taking these on more and more at this rate.
Can you repeat that?
I'm sorry, can you hear me? I'm just asking if the sanitary district is providing positive feedback that they're willing and able to bring on these additional annexations.
Yes, they understand that this is the process that exists for them to bring in parcels into the sewer district so that they can provide the sewer service to them, and are happy to do so for all of these failing septic systems.
Great.
Okay.
I'll move approval of A and B.
So this is the entire action item 22.
I see. So we're doing it all at the same time?
All
A,
of
B,
the,
and C?
yes, everything, A, B, C. That's the motion?
I'll make a motion to approve, A, B, and C.
Thank you. We have a motion from Commissioner Ross. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
I'll second.
Commissioner Parvin beat you to the button again, or at least audioly, and we'll go ahead and have the roll call.
Commissioner Bill de la Pena,
Yes.
Commissioner Freeman,
Yes.
Commissioner Parvin,
Yes.
Commissioner Rooney,
Yes.
Commissioner Ross,
Yes.
Chair Parks.
Yes, thank you. On to item 23, amendments to Ventura LAFCO Commissioners Handbook related to the Public Records Act. And we'll go ahead and turn that over to Mr. Loma.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. This is agenda item number 23 regarding amendments to the Commissioner's Handbook regarding Public Record Act requests. The Commission received and filed a presentation on the Public Records Act from LAFCO Legal Counsel at the July Commission meeting. And after a significant amount of discussion, the Commission directed staff and legal counsel to develop a Public Records Act policy that included procedures regarding responses to the Public Records Act requests, and then also to adopt the County of Ventura Guide to the California Public Records Act. So in coordination with legal counsel, we developed the recommended policy. It would add section 2.4.8 to the Commissioner's Handbook. This policy is based on the county's policy referencing the guidelines and the procedures for responding to PRA Act requests. But it also adds that the Commission will be adopting the County of Ventura Guide to the California Public Records Act and include that as an appendix to the Commissioner's Handbook. Regarding the procedure for responding to PRA requests, as I said, the Commission did ask us to develop a procedure. However, the County's of Ventura's guide contains procedures for responding to PRA requests, and they really are a comprehensive process. And that's found in Section 7 and it's titled Procedures to Receipt, upon receipt of a request to inspect and/or copy records. So our position is that the adoption of the guidelines, of course, includes adoption of the procedure to respond to PRA requests. So no separate procedure is necessary. So we will be following that procedure from here on out. So the recommendation is that the Commission adopt the attached resolution to add Section 2.4.8 to the handbook, and waive a second meeting for consideration of the proposed policy amendment pursuant to Handbook Section 139A2. And that concludes my presentation.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments?
I have a question.
Go ahead, Commissioner Rooney.
I have a question. Thank you. So, Mr. Loma, I was looking through all the attachments and I couldn't find in the county guide what the procedure is for the agency on keeping track of the public records requests, and then when, if the commission is notified of those requests. Could you help me there?
I don't believe that's in the guidelines or the policy. Our practice is once a Public Records Act request is fulfilled, it's put in a file, it's not tracked, the items, or the matter is considered closed. However, we do retain a copy of it. And it's always been staff's practice to notify the commission of the receipt of, a substantial or significant PRA request. We plan to continue that practice.
Okay, well, if it's not currently in the county attachment that we're going to have here, I suggest that we put in the handbook that's the practice of staff, that it maintain the request and filed, and add that to the policy that you're suggesting today.
Whatever the direction of the commission is, we'd be happy to do.
I would concur.
Would you like to go ahead and make a motion?
I did have one question, Chair.
Go ahead, please.
Kai, have we been able to collaborate at all with any of the other LAFCOs, just comparing if they have these kinds of items on their handbook too, if it's similar or different?
I have not reached out to other LAFCOs.
I'd be curious if there's
Yeah, we're all guided by
difference.
state, it's all guided by state law, and that's the way I'm sure all the agencies handle it. They just follow the state law.
Right, and that was our
Right.
practice before, is we were just operating under the PRA. We would
Okay.
take necessary steps to meet the obligations of the Public Records Act. So, I mean, it's great that we have these policies to help guide us in how to do it, to make sure that we are doing it correctly through the adoption of the county's guide. There's other state laws that do require us to maintain records in our office. I think it's for 2 years. That's one of the reasons why record requests are maintained in the LAFCO office. If the commission desires to add a portion that we will notify the commission of the records request, we'd be happy to do that.
So I'll make a motion that we amend the recommended action here to include that the practice is to maintain and file the requests that are submitted and to notify the commissioners of the requests that are suggested.
Can I,
I will
would you like to amend it to be substantial requests that we would be notified of? I just think about the county has dozens, if not hundreds, of requests. What's happening these days, as I understand it, is that attorneys are doing Public Record Act requests instead of discovery. I think that would be the term. And so our agencies are getting flooded with a lot of these kind of Public Record Act requests. It's not just from the public or fellow commissioners.
And to add to that.
Well,
Pardon me?
my understanding is that Mr. Loma said we don't receive a whole lot of them anyway, so
Okay, thank you.
they can clarify that.
Yeah,
But
if I may, whenever we get a request for records, any records, whether it be 1, 5, or 1,000, we just consider those to be a public records request pursuant to the Public Records Act, and we respond accordingly to get those documents out to those requesters. We get those routinely. They're inconsequential. They're people just looking to, find out the zoning or whatever on their houses. If we had a policy that applied to all of those, you would be inundated with public records requests and contacts and requests for documents that really are inconsequential. We'd be happy to do it if that's the direction of the commission. But if there's some type of wording that we could prepare that we will forward, consequential or substantive requests, then we'd be happy to do that.
I also don't want to overburden our staff as a part of that. It's not that I'm not for 100% transparency, which I am, but I don't want to overburden staff with having to continually provide non-substantive, requests. Commissioner De La Peña?
Yes, the way we've been handling it in the city of Thousand Oaks, only public records requests that involve council members we will be notified of those. And anything else not having to do with elected officials, we are not informed about. And so, but I will also submit that we've had one particular resident who has been relentlessly requesting records every single month almost. And our staff has been spending a lot more time accommodating these public records requests than doing the work that they were hired to do.
Okay, so I will amend my motion. That's the first time I've heard Mr. Lomas say that information. Substantive is a determination by each individual, but if we want to reframe it to be, not include those generic responses for individual properties or whatever, that's fine. I just think that we need to just keep track of them and just let the commission be aware of them.
Commissioner Bill De Peña's example of what the city of Thousand Oaks is doing sounds like a reasonable way of going about it. So we're being specific to issues that affect the commissioners. That sounds reasonable. You could end up with, that's all. I just don't want to waste our staff's time unnecessarily.
Wouldn't it be simple to notify the commission that they had 10 requests for public information, and of those 10 requests, 2 were significant, and report on those? That gives the commission an idea of how much activity there is.
I think the commission can always ask also, right? But I do think it's important for us to know when there are Public Record Act requests that involve commissioners. I think that's key. But, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. You look at the executive director's report that we're going to be seeing coming to shortly on our agenda. It's a tremendous amount of other things that are going on there. I just don't like the micromanaging aspect of things, that is the concern that I have. I don't mean to insult, but I want to make sure that we aren't having to make our staff do extra work that is not really called for. So I'd like the process that they have.
It's reporting out on public business. So, it's just a report. It's not to provide all the information unless a commissioner wants it followed up. But all it is to add it to a report saying, here's what we got, here's where the request came from. I think it's commission business, not just commissioner specific.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be a lot of extra administrative work for you to include a one line item at the end of your report or towards the end of your executive report, just quantifying the amount of requests? And then that would signal if a commissioner was curious as to some of the details, we could dig into it.
If we're
during
talking
a meeting or after.
I'm sorry. If we're talking about substantive requests, no. If the commission is asking, excuse me, asking staff to track, file, and set up a process that allows us to track and file, that would be somewhat of a burden. Right now, I get emails, somebody asks for a document, I send it to them. I don't consult with Andrea or legal counsel, we just provide the documents. Similarly, in the course of business every day, or frequently, Andrea will respond to a request for records. She won't check in with me, so those type of record requests aren't tracked. And if we need to start tracking those and saving those up and then notifying, it would be somewhat of a burden. We can do it, of course, if that's the commission's direction. We would prefer not to be honest, because it's another process and just another thing that we would have to track and do.
Well, I would recommend for true public records requests involving commissioner emails or communications, I think that is certainly warranted. But I cannot imagine if we were to start tracking every single request. Not every request is done under the Public Records Act. So that would be quite, I would actually see that as a burden to staff. If only we would include true requests under the Public Records Act involving commissioners, then certainly I would be in favor of that, but not every little and every single email that is requesting documents that is not covered necessarily under the PRA. It's just becoming a little bit too burdensome.
Thank you. Commissioner Parvin?
Mr. Barnes, do you have any thoughts to share with us on this topic?
Yeah, thank you so much, Commissioner. I do, and it's kind of good timing because the Public Records Act itself does not require a formal written request to be submitted or even identified or categorized as a request under the Public Records Act. And so I think that's what I'm hearing is that's what staff is struggling with, because anytime they get a request for documents, no matter how informal, that is in fact covered by the Public Records Act request. And so my 2 cents is I think it would be helpful for staff if your commission could articulate, preferably by subject matter, what types of requests you would like to be included in reporting or whatever system you set up, just so there's no miscommunication and staff is clear about what you're looking for.
Yeah, I think about one commissioner who did a Public Records Act request, but didn't use the word Public Records Act request and asked for all of my emails and things like that. But so I don't think we can just categorize it as only those that mention those words. And that's why I like the approach that if it involves the commission, certainly those are ones that it would be nice for all of us to know what's going on, and so I would share that with all. But if it's a non-substantive, we need documentation because we're working on, an application or whatever, I don't think that's necessary. So I like the approach that Commissioner De La Peña is pointing out, because Commissioner Rooney is saying it's difficult to say what is substantive. I think that is a clear indication it's not a judgment call. So we have a motion before us with the request added on from Commissioner Rooney, correct? To have it be filed and presented in a report to the commission. And that was the amendment. And I believe we had the motion, and was it seconded? Commissioner, not seeing a second. So we could go then to, we have the original before us. And do you want to add to have it be those requests that involve the commissioners to be reported to us?
I would like to second the original motion and then consider Commissioner Rooney's request separately.
Okay, so the original motion doesn't exist, so would you like to?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so there was no second to my the amendment on the motion?
No, I did not see a second to the amendment. So, and that was your main motion and was also included that amending. So could we?
To include that, and after discussion, with everybody, I mean,
Okay.
in hearing that there's people that call in and want a document, stuff like that, that's not what my thoughts are about this.
Okay.
It's about more substantive requests that are coming in, but not only for that contain the commissioners only.
Got
I mean,
it.
it could be a substantive argument that may have related to staff or something else. So, but I'm okay with agreeing with the substantive
Okay, so
subject.
let's go ahead then, and would you like to make your motion to just adopt the staff recommendation, and then we can have a second motion if you'd like?
No, I'd like to amend the staff recommendation for the operational policies to include that the commission is notified when there are substantive public information requests received.
Okay, and leave it to that.
I'll leave it there.
Okay, is there a second to that motion?
I'll second that.
Okay, there is a motion and a second to adapt staff's recommendation with the addition of notifying on substantive Public Record Act requests. Could we have the roll call, please?
Commissioner Bill De La Pena,
No.
Commissioner Freeman,
Yes.
Commissioner Parvin,
Yes.
Commissioner Rooney,
Yes.
Commissioner Ross,
Yes.
Chair Parks.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry, was that a yes?
Pardon?
I didn't catch your reply.
It was a yes from Commissioner Parks. Substantive ones is determined by our executive director. And I'm sure those will include the ones that are involving the commissioners. Okay, thank you, and we've got that, and we'll go on to then item 24, contract for professional audit services. Mr. Loma.
Hi, thank you. The recommendation here is just to approve and direct the chair to execute an audit services contract with Eide Bailey for fiscal year ended June 30th, 2022, in the amount not to exceed $12,000. If approved, work is scheduled to begin in January, with the final reports to be issued in March of this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Otherwise, entertain a motion.
Move staff's recommendation.
We have a motion from Commissioner Parvin. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Commissioner Ross. Could we have the roll call?
Commissioner Bill De La Pena,
Yes.
Commissioner Freeman,
Yes.
Commissioner Parvin,
Yes.
Commissioner Rooney,
Yes.
Commissioner Ross,
Yes.
Chair Parks.
Yes. Now, I believe we go to item 27. This is just correspondence received. I don't know if we need to discuss, other than you have it available. And then on to that voluminous executive officer's report in terms of the amount of things that have been going on. Very impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, not much to add beyond the staff report. The next meeting, regular meeting, is scheduled for the third Wednesday in January. However, consistent with direction today, we will be contacting commissioners to set up a special meeting sometime before the end of the year for the performance evaluation. We'll probably be sending out some type of poll to poll commissioners when they're available. So expect that in the near future. And that's it.
Thank you. And then commissioner comments. Not seen any. We will stand adjourned until our next special meeting. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.